unconditional ground of well-being, no matter what the conditions are around us, no matter if that well-being also includes sadness or fear or anger. Ripple by ripple, imperceptibly but genuinely, your own growing happiness, love, and wisdom can only help your family, your friends, the people you work with, and ultimately, unknowably, rippling farther and farther to benefit even the whole wide world. Who knows? But meanwhile, let's get started ourselves. First, we'll explore the two main ways to be happy and the power of inner skills. Next, we'll give an overview of how your mind and your brain are linked together so that they are continually changing each other, which gives you a great opportunity to use your mind to change your brain to change your mind, thus benefiting, as I said earlier, your whole being. Third, we'll dive into the key features of your wonderful brain and also how it is hardwired by evolution to help us to survive in ways that unfortunately often make us suffer. And then, moving on to the good news, we'll cover one example of how mental activities change your brain, exploring the research on meditation. Last, this session will close with a brief guided meditation on gratitude and loving kindness toward your own brain. Let's dive in. So, we want to be happy. Bottom line, what does that actually take? From the perspective of Western psychology and neurology, as well as the world's contemplative traditions, the how of more happiness and less anxiety, sorrow, frustration, disappointment, and anger always involves two things. First, it involves a greater capacity to be with your experiences, to be aware of them, to hold them in a spaciousness of mindfulness, like clouds in the vastness of the sky, and to tolerate and accept them without being overwhelmed. Of course, accepting does not mean preferring. Who would prefer a headache? I hate headaches. Or heartache, and I don't like that either. But it does mean surrendering to the sheer and undeniable fact of the simple, factual existence of a difficult experience. Second, the how of happiness involves a greater capacity to work with your experiences. Not just to be with them, but to work with them. To understand them better, including what caused them. To contain your emotional reactions without acting them out in ways that make matters worse for yourself and your loved ones and other people around you. Working with includes letting go of difficult thoughts and feelings and desires and replacing these unpleasant and often unwholesome and unhelpful states of mind with more positive, more wholesome, more skillful states of mind. And these two capacities, of course, work together. The more able, for example, you are to be with your experiences, the better you can work with them. And working with your experiences always requires being in touch with them, too, which means being with them, which strengthens that ability. Now, Richard and I believe that being with is more fundamental than working with, since you can always be with painful states of mind that just overwhelm your abilities in the moment to work with them. Nonetheless, working with your mind to nudge it deliberately in a more positive direction is really important to be able to do. And both of these, being with and working with, involve training and changing your mind. And that means using inner skills. And Richard will now talk about how important those are.
There are two major ways to make things better in your life, and actually in the whole world altogether. First, you can improve the outer world. You can work on your circumstances. You can work on your environment. Obviously, it's important. The second, and maybe more fundamental, is to improve your inner world. Now, both kinds of skills are important, but there's some limitations for outer skills. Trying to change the outer world has certain problems. Your power as a single human being is limited, especially over other people who just don't seem to want to go along. As Sartre, the French existentialist, said, hell's other people. It's often hard to change things out there. It's tough to get your boss to be nicer. Tough to get your teenager to respect you. It's tough to wring more gas mileage out of your car, more profit out of your business, keep the weeds out of your backyard. Most of what you can change or fix is just a small part of your life. The drip of a faucet, maybe move the landscaping around, or even change a part of your job or
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.